officially time to try one of the most broken cards in the game. At least that's what everybody told me. And the SBC of the year dropped, and we gotta do it. Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Double A9 Scales. Welcome back to the Road for Champions RTG edition, where we're gonna be playing pro players and also rocking new cards. It's gonna be insane. Let's get into it. I've had so many people leave me comments on the RTG videos that now that I have Rodman on my team, that I have to try Sophia Smith. So for 145,000 coins, Sophia Smith is now gonna be joining the team. Sophia Smith! She looks incredible, man. Her stats look remarkable, and the team now gets to get adjusted just a little bit. We now get to move Rodrigo to pretty much the left wing spot, and then Sophia Smith will come in at the striker position, and then Rodman will be on the right, and then that's how the team's gonna kind of, you know, rock out. We're still rocking out with the 4-2-2-2 or the 4-4-2, and we're gonna be playing elite gameplay when I get matched up against one of the best players in the NA. Now, instead of dropping all 7 wins, which we got the 7 wins for our rewards in this episode, I decided to go ahead and put the whole gameplay of me versus a pro player, right? George is one of the best NA players that we have, and we played him on our RTG. He had his pro team, his big Mbappe team, and it was incredible. Now, what you are staring at is Blanc. Now, the moment I saw Blanc, first of all, let's talk about this card. 5-star weak foot, 4-star skiller, crazy speed, crazy player badges. Incredible card, right? Blanc, 5 games of him for free, or complete him. So I had 5 games of Blanc. Now, this game that you're gonna watch right here is one of the first games where I don't have Blanc because his loan ran out. And I can tell you right now, after using Blanc's loan card, I instantly knew that Blanc had to be a part of my team. I knew that Blanc had to be a part of the RTG, and that's why in this episode, ya lads, we will complete Blanc for literally about 100K. And I'm gonna explain exactly how I do it in a minute. But first, I get matched up against George. And instead of cutting this up, I want to show you guys what it looks like when an RTG gets matched up against one of the best players in the region, and we try to go toe-to-toe with some of the best. And man, do we go toe-to-toe with some of the best, right? Like, the fact that we're able to compete on an RTG against top-tier players is incredible, man. We're in Elite. I have all 7 wins, which means we're going to get the big rewards out of Elite this weekend, or this week when it drops. And we're competing against the best of the best. Now, lads, when you're getting matched up, when you have a team where he has Son and he has Mbappe and he has Henson, all the best players, you're gonna get pushed back, and you have to accept the fact that you're gonna get pushed back. First of all, you're playing a high tier player. Second of all, you're playing a very, very good team. You're gonna get pushed back, but you gotta be able to defend. You gotta be able to defend. You gotta be able to know when to counterattack. You gotta be able to know when to control the game, how to play out the back. All of these things are so important, and that's why I thought showing y'all this gameplay would be good, because there's a lot of people out there still are trying to learn how to play the game and trying to learn how to understand the game, and I want to show you guys exactly what I do when I get matched up against some of the best players with our Road to Glory and we try to compete. Now, I want to talk to you guys a lot about Blanc, because this is very important. A lot of you guys are going to want to know, should you complete Blanc? For me, it was a no-brainer. Why? Right now, the team that I have has Casillas in it, and I need an icon. For me to have an icon is the only way that I can get Messi onto 2-chem and the American girls, Smith and Rodman, to full chemistry, right? So I knew I needed an icon. Now, I bought Casillas the night before Blanc came out. Had I known Blanc was coming out, I would have never bought Casillas. I had a lot of fodder. I completed every single one of the objectives, except for the 86 one. I had to buy Harry Kane. Okay, so I buy Harry Kane for one of them, and that's it. So I got to all of them with only buying Harry Kane. Now I have the 88 rated, the big one. The most expensive one is left. I had no fodder remaining, and that's when I had to spend probably like 100 and something. I want to say it was just 100 on the last one, the 88 rated team. So altogether, I'm going to waste 160K on Blanc. But I waste 160K on Blanc, but I get back Casillas, because I can sell Casillas now. I don't know, no longer need him, so that's 280K I'm going to get back. Then I can sell Araujo, who is 60K, 66K to be exact. And then I can sell Sophia Smith. Whoa! Why did you slide that in there, Skills? Why did you say that? Sophia Smith, lads, unfortunately, was one of just one of the most disappointing cards I've used this season, if I'm being 100% honest with you. Swanson's on the market for 11K, and Rodman's on the market for like 60K, and Sophia Smith goes for 140, and I think she's the worst of the bunch. I could not believe how poor she turned and how she didn't feel fast. I just did not like the way this girl moved. Now, I want you guys to remember, I had her for all 8 games, 9 games that I played because I had to get 7 wins in Elite, right? And I lost a couple games in there. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I lost a couple Elite games in there. But with that being said, Sophia Smith, right? I thought, okay, within like 10 games, whatever I play with her, she'll be incredible. She did not stand out at all. Matter of fact, I was subbing her off for Swanson. I was subbing her off. Now, you can't buy a card for 144K and sub it off. You can't do that. That's not acceptable. You can sub it off if it's the 80th minute, 90th minute, you're trying to get stammed, but you can't be subbing it off at halftime. And I was subbing off Sophia Smith at halftime, right? It just wasn't really working for me. So Sophia Smith had to go. After I kept telling myself, after I'm done getting the 7 wins in Elite, once I secure my rewards for this week, I'm selling Casillas 100%, and I'm selling Sophia Smith. And the only reason I'm selling Arrojo is because I'm bringing in Blanc, because I love Arrojo. I didn't want Arrojo to leave at all. But it was between Arrojo and Conde, and as you guys know, Conde is like my favorite gold card, right? So now I got this situation on my hands where, wow, I get to sell Casillas and I get an icon into my team when I complete Blanc, so that's a W. I now get to kind of build my team differently, which is a W. And also, if you watched yesterday's video, you know my hero pack, I got Julie or Gouli, however you say his name, and he's also French. So what does that mean? Now we have a French hero, okay? Then we have a French icon in Blanc. Two French players, which now means with how good French players are, Conde, Varane, Mendy, you know, France has a lot of top tier players. If we ever get Mbappe, if we ever are able to achieve Mbappe on the RTG, all of a sudden we got Gouli, however you say his name again, I'm sorry about that. And then we have Blanc. So I thought to myself, this Blanc is a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Now, I know his price is very expensive. I actually want to look at his price really quick. Check this out right here, man. Look at that. Rodman on the counterattack, again, against one of the best NA players. You take what you can get here, man. I knew that it was going to be a tough game, but I want to pull up the Blanc really quickly just so I can make sure I say the proper things here. So his SBC, he's 400K on the market, okay? So you can buy him for 400K. And his SBC is, I want to say his SBC was around 430. Okay, so his SBC is pretty much the same as how much he goes on the market, all right? But I got him off for under 200K. So we get him off for under 200K, all right? So we get a center back that moves crazy. I want to talk about his in game in a minute, but that was the reason that it was a no-brainer for me, because I got to get rid of Casillas, French with Julie, Gouli, however his name is. I got French players everywhere. Eventually, I'll get Mendy into this team, or Theo Hernandez, who's French as well. It just was a win-win situation for me. So that's why Blanc had to come in. But then I played 5 games lone with him, right? And that's what really sealed the deal, because I wasn't going to do Blanc, right? I wanted to, but I didn't really want to, because I didn't want to waste all of my fodder. I have no fodder remaining, by the way. I played 5 games with him. And in those 5 games, I didn't lose 1 game in Elite. And I realized that he plays a lot like Conde, and Conde is my favorite center back. When I step into a tackle and I miss a tackle, I'm able to recover with Blanc. Blanc has enough speed. I don't know why, but he feels good. He has enough speed to be able to recover. So I thought to myself, man, I get to sell Casillas, get back 170K, because I ended up making, I made like 5K on Casillas because his price went up, and I get to sell Arrojo for 66, and I get to bring in a player for like 160 that's just as good as Conde and feels like Conde. That's a W for me, because he's my favorite player. So for me, it was just a win-win situation where I knew deep down inside Blanc was the one for me. Am I telling you he's the one for your account? I can't tell you that, bro. I can't tell you that because I don't know what you have. And the one thing about it is, in my opinion, VVD is probably the best goal center back in this game, but I suck with him. I stink with VVD. I just can't play with VVD. And I know people are like, this guy has to be trolling. I'm not. With VVD, it's so like, and I explained this many times in my videos, but I'll explain it one more time. With VVD, you got to step in and make a tackle, right? Or when you finally go to step in and make a tackle, let's say you go to make a tackle on Henson. If I miss that tackle, if I time it wrong, that's it. I can't recover with VVD. He's not fast enough to turn around and jockey and recover. He's done. But if you're good at timing your tackles, he's going to win it every time. I'm not good enough for that. Look at Mbappe here, speed, man. I mean, come on, what am I supposed to do, bro? And I defended it well with Conde, but man, I got lucky. Mbappe is incredible. Anyways, so your boy makes a mistake with VVD, and I'm not able to recover. With Blanc and Conde, I feel like every time I make a mistake in a tackle, I can recover. I don't know why Conde Blanc feels faster than VVD for me, but there's something about the way he turns. There's one thing I want you guys to really understand. Let's go, baby. 2-1. Come on, against one of the best in the NA. Que miras, Bobo. Messi takes the lead. We love to see it. There's something weird. There's certain cards for me, lads, that once, like, I don't know, man. I get in a situation defensively where I feel like they have weights on their ankles and they can't like maneuver. You're going backwards or you're going to the left and then you want to turn to the right and it won't let you. It just feels like you're locked and you're stuck and there's a magnet there's a magnet pushing you towards something. And that's how I felt when I used VVD, and that's how I felt when I used a lot of center backs. A great goal, man. A lot of center backs. I feel that way when I use a lot of center backs. I'm not lying to y'all. And I don't feel that way when I use Conde and Blanc. So after using Blanc for 5 games of loans, I knew, lads, I knew with all the benefits for the account, I felt for me it was the right decision. Now for you guys, like I said, I can't tell you yes or no because some of y'all VVD might be your best player. And for VVD's not my best player, right? So I hate that VVD's not better for me because I have enough money to buy VVD. Right now on the account, I could tell you guys, man, I have 360K or 300 and I could pull it up right now just to make sure. I got 345,000 coins after completing Blanc. After completing Blanc, selling Casillas, selling Araujo, selling Smith, I have 345,000 coins on the account. So I could probably 100% go out there and buy VVD right now. Let me see VVD's price in the market. VVD's price right now is 230K. He dipped a little bit. His price is going down. I could go buy him. The problem is he doesn't work for me. He does not work for me. And I don't know if it's the jockey playstyle, but he has the jockey playstyle. So I don't really know what it is. If it's agility, if it's balance, I'm not sure exactly what it is. Great goal here to take the lead, man. Good goal, man. I'm not sure exactly what it is, playstyles or whatever, lads, but there is just something about VVD that doesn't sit well with me. And it really, really stinks. And when I look at this Blanc card, there's so much that sits well with me. And then there's also so much confusion. Yes, he has the jockey thing. He has the bruiser. He has the sticky one, the little wolf one, anticipation. That means it helps you get the stickies. That's gold for him. And then his agility and his balance is only 69 and 68, but it feels so much higher. So sometimes I just don't understand defensive players' stats because I thought it was agility and balance that would make you turn better, but Blanc turns pretty darn good for me, man. Honestly, it was the best decision I ever made. Now, one of the worst decisions I ever made was Sophia Smith. This is supposed to be a card. Let's go, baby. 3-3. This was supposed to be a card that looked incredible. And that's what I'm telling you, man. Don't ever judge a book by its cover. So I by the way, in this game, you just saw me turn off overload ball side. In the 71st minute, I realized that I fat fingered overload ball side. So my team is completely dead with stamina. So we don't even know how this game actually would have ended. I was competing, it was 3-3, but I had to sub off everybody because my team's stam was completely gone. If you guys don't know, if you go on overload ball side by accident, or if you do it on purpose, your the stam will just melt. You'll melt your fitness, your stam, you'll melt everything. So now I'm playing the last 20 minutes of this game with no stam at all. My team is fully dead. But we got to get the job done no matter what, right? We got to either try to get a tie here or a win against one of the best players in this region. And that's what we're trying to get done. With that being said, though, going back to what I was saying, don't ever judge a book by its cover, right? Everyone told me Sophia Smith was nasty. I thought Sophia Smith was going to be nasty, and she was just a card that I'm subbing off, early into game. She's not doing nothing for me. I felt like Kubo gave me more. I feel like Swanson gave me more. So now all of a sudden, I just decided, you know what? I'm going to sell her and just rock out with an 11K card Swanson because she does more for the team than Smith. So now all of a sudden I'm going to sell Sophia Smith after we get our 8 wins, and now I'm just going to have money sitting on my account. And that's the one weird thing about this FC24 game. Never have I done an RTG where I got coins on my account and I don't know what to buy. Every time, if you watch my RTGs, FIFA 17, 18, 19, 20, all of my RTGs, every time I got a little bit of coins in the bank, I go out and buy something. An icon, a special card, something. I go buy something. But right now, I just feel like there's nothing for me to buy. And I think the reason for that is that the market is weird. You either have this unbelievable expensive player like Mbappe and Mia Hamm and Pele and these cards, and then you have the regular cards that are achievable, and that we've already achieved, and then you have the right in between, the Hensons and stuff like that, right? There's the Henson and stuff is in between. Then you got the Mbappes and Pelés that are really expensive, and then you have the achievable cards that a lot of us are playing with. And that's the market. So once you achieve like the achievable cards, which we have a lot of them, then it's gonna take you a really long time to get to that next step, to get to Henson and stuff, right? And to like those cards. And it's really weird, man, because I would love to bring Henson into the team, but I believe Henson's like 700K, 600K, and like, yo, that's gonna take a little bit of time, right? So I really don't know what the next step is. Henson goes for 766K. She's amazing in this game, by the way. And lads, 88th minute, we lose. So we lose to a pro player, one of the best in our region, in the 88th minute. Unbelievable. Wait a minute. You're saying there's a chance. Blanc saves him. Unbelievable, lads. Unbelievable gameplay from us here, man. I mean, I think it's fantastic. But like I was saying, man, you're in this situation where, you know, you got the really good players, you got the amazing players, the achievable players, but then the next step up players we can't get to. And that's where I feel like the RTG is right now, but we're going to keep grinding. I think when rewards come out, I'm taking untradeable, because at this point, lads, we got money in the bank. Shorty, what you drink? I almost got 400,000 coins and I have nothing to buy. So why take more coins? Yeah, I could take more coins and try to get my coins to a point where, you know, I can buy a new player, or I could take my chances with an untradeable and try to do it that way. And I think I'm gonna take untradeable and rewards to see if, you know, we can hit a Henson or hit an Mbappe or hit one of those cards, because, you know, we have coins. Anyways, lads, we played against one of the best players in the region in an RTG against Mbappe and the best of the best, and we were able to compete. And that means a lot, right? I know a lot of people might say no and stuff, but that really means a lot, like, to be able to do that. So this is the 86 version of Blanc. As you guys can see, I'm gonna complete that. I had to buy a lot of that, lads. When I finished buying that, I was down to like 20,000 coins. You'll be able to see. So I went into it with like 170,000 coins on the account, 160 when the episode started. And by the time I complete Blanc, I end up going down to all the way down to like 20,000 coins. Now, this is before selling Sophia Smith and Casillas. After I sell Casillas and Smith, it puts me back up to 340,000 coins or something like that, like I just told you guys. So yeah, man, for me, Blanc was really, really worth it, man. He was somebody that I did a lot of good things with. And after playing Elite all day today again, I can tell you guys that he is him. I really, really enjoy Blanc. And now you'll see, right? Arrojo's going up for 66. Casillas already up on the market for I want to say Casillas went up for like 280 or 270. I think I sold it for, I think it was 280. And then I have nothing, lads. I have no more fodder. When I tell you the account is empty when it comes to fodder, I mean, it's freaking empty, bro. I mean, look here, from Blanc, after Blanc, it's just 83s. If after the loans, it's just, it's completely mudded. The only thing I have to do left, lads, is go buy a shadow for Blanc. And the last thing I have to do when Arrojo sells, which he's going to sell right away, is go buy Oblak. Oblak is going to be our new goalkeeper. That way, Lorente is on full chem, as you guys can see right here. Lorente goes to full chem. And the team is good. I have 77,000 coins because Arrojo sold. So as you guys can see, I had like 10K. Arrojo sold for 66. Do the math. That's all I had on my account after I was done doing Blanc, man. We had no more money left. We had no more fodder left. And there you go, man. That is now officially what the team looks like. After Sophia Smith and Casillas sells, I told you I will be back up to 340, but with no fodder on the account, 0 fodder. But this amazing team, lads. I think Blanc is a must get. I think Sophia Smith is a player to stay away from. Lads, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, smash that thumbs up, subscribe, turn your bell on. Appreciate y'all watching. I wanted today to really be about the gameplay. You guys see how we performed against the pro player with the RTG. And yeah, man, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. I will catch you back here tomorrow for another RTG. Booyah, we out of here.